Bagel, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Jeff's Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Jeff's Bagel Run.
Welcome to the Weekly Run. I'm Jeff.
I'm Aaron.
What's hot at the Bagel Run this week, Aaron?
Phoenix actually is very hot.
Dude, it's very
I've
hot
been
here.
sweating for 2 straight days.
I'm sweating, and we're outside. You can't see, but you maybe one day will see
That's right.
that we are outside.
It's beautiful.
It's like beautiful. We're in the shade. It's 107, but
Yeah, that's right. In the shade.
in the shade. But yeah, we're here at the Restaurant Leadership Conference in Phoenix, Arizona.
Is it what you expected?
So much more.
Say more.
So much more.
Why is it so much more? Because you go to a lot of these things. Like this is now part of your life. This is your circuit.
Conference going is like part of what we do.
It's your DNA.
Yeah, it is who we are. This one is different in that we have a lot of really high-level leaders engaging in very low-level conversations. And what I mean by that
It's a good way to
is
put it.
people are just like the CEO of whatever is eating the same buffet barbecue as you,
Yeah.
and you're at a picnic table outside. And so the conversations are great. They're, hey, what's your brand? What do you do? Who are you? Which is awesome. And it's just the access to the people is incredible.
I would agree. And I think that I hadn't thought of it until you just said it, but the conference so far has done a really good job at creating those spaces. And I think that's a miss on a lot of conferences that maybe just focus on breakout sessions, central aisle, snack areas and stuff like that, which are all necessary. Like that's how you do a conference. They do them here too. But this one's created a lot of different spaces where I think you mingle more. And we'll cover it in a second. Obviously, pickleball turned out to be super mingly and like ice breaking
Mingly.
and mingly.
Is that a word?
It is now.
It is now.
It is now. It's in the lexicon. But I thought that this show in particular has done a great job at that. And I agree with you that what it's done is it's created the opportunity to have lower level conversations. And I also feel that the balance of sort of vendors and the necessary evil of a lot of these things of like, hey, people are going to sponsor this and they want access to decision makers and there's sales involved and nothing wrong with that. But I feel like that balance is also better than I've experienced in the past, where you don't feel like it's a constant pitch fest. Even with vendors, you're having authentic conversations in a lot of cases.
Yes, 100%. The vendor mix here is very good. I think it's a wide range of, technology to services to, branded cups, whatever you need. Like I think there's a wide range of vendors, but it's a limited amount of vendors. And the content has been geared towards restaurant leaders.
Yeah.
It hasn't been geared towards a specific niche of category. There's some breakout sessions, but they're sort of limited, to be honest. I feel like there's 2 breakout sessions each day, pretty limited in the sense that, you don't have to go. You can have a meeting with somebody you want to talk to, or you can catch up and have a coffee with someone you haven't seen in a year. And there's places to sit and do that. And I like it. I've really enjoyed it so far.
So first one's been good.
First one's been great. I highly recommend it. Definitely think we're going to come back next year.
I found it useful, and I go to far fewer of these than the rest of the team does. But I think it's, to your point, it's just been great to have some conversations, get some exposure. Looking forward to coming back and like fostering those relationships as we grow with our partners. Danielle had a great experience with one of our vendors where she's been talking about trying to get something done for months. And when you have to do it through email and set up meetings and everybody's busy and you're trading things back and forth. And I saw them do something in a 5-minute breakfast conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's what you need. And there's no time for that unless you make time. And this sort of gives you that platform.
Definitely. We are in the right place with the right people at the right time. And I think some magic happens when you do that.
What's been any surprises? Like what's been the big surprise for you so far?
So I think the big surprise for me has been, we're a small fish in a big pond here. 35 units almost open. The Village is going to open tomorrow, so 35 units almost open. We've got small team. We're not Taco Bell.
Yeah, we're not rolling deep. We didn't bring the division.
The division did not show.
We all fit in one car still.
Yes, we could share the minivan.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're a small fish in this big pond, but people know who we are. That has been the biggest surprise. It's a combination of I've seen your branding. I know your stores. Oh, I always see you posting on LinkedIn, or I love your TikTok. Like, there's a general awareness about Jeff's Bagel Run from this audience
Hmm.
that is higher than I thought.
That's interesting because obviously a lot of what we do when we come to similar shows, maybe not this one because this one's not geared towards brand awareness per se, or certainly not geared towards franchise sales or any of the other activities that we do when we go to a big show like you were a few weeks ago at MUFC and stuff like that. So I find that interesting and surprising as well that you're seeing that brand awareness in a place where it's not really the point here. So this is sort of honestly earned. Like we have
Yes,
presence just because somebody's actually heard of us. They don't need to,
right.
but somewhere we did something right and they have.
Like a restaurant operator in Ohio in the Korean food space is, oh, I've heard of Just Bagel Run. I'm so glad you made bagels this morning because I couldn't wait to try them. You're really good. Congratulations on your success.
Well,
Yeah, why have you known who we are?
yeah,
Like,
you
I
almost want to
mean,
be dismissed. Like, no,
like,
you
what?
shouldn't.
Like, how do you
How?
know us? Like, what? I don't understand. So, that part was surprising to me, and it's a delightful surprise.
Yeah,
It's a delightful
100%.
surprise. It's nice to know that the work that we are doing on the marketing front, on the,
It's good
brand awareness
validation.
front, it's a validation point, yeah, and, we're not here to sell. This is truly a restaurant leadership show. We got the opportunity to, play pickleball, which we have to dive into. We have to finish the pickleball saga.
Saga. I
So,
mean, can we
let me
consider?
set it up. Can I set it up?
Of course.
Okay. So, if you haven't been listening all along, Aaron and I, about a month and a half ago, signed up for the pickleball tournament at Restaurant Leadership Conference.
Well, we were given the option of a number of different like activities, and this is really just meant to be icebreaker activities. You could go hiking, you could play golf, which I think the most people did. Beautiful out here. So you just had to pick one. Let's just be clear. Like this is the most passive sort of thing. Here's 5 options. Pick one. We picked pickleball.
We picked pickleball, but we picked pickleball tournament. There was
This is true.
pickleball
This is true.
lessons.
That
There
was a
was
choice.
pickleball party participant, which was just come and spectate.
Yeah.
We chose tournament
Yes.
as two people who've never played pickleball
That's not true
before.
anymore.
Not anymore.
That's
We are
as
now
of Monday. I like to
players.
think
We're players now.
pro amateurs, probably.
Yeah,
I'd
for
handicap.
sure.
It's a pretty,
I can handicap
it's
us.
a strong day.
For sure. And so we show up, and the format's laid out as a king of the court. And if you're a pickleballer, you probably know what this means. I had no idea what it meant.
Same.
4 courts, 2 teams of doubles set up on each court. And court number 1 is a championship court. Court number 2, 3, and 4 rotate through. Winners stay or move up. Losers move down to court. So if you lose on championship court, you go to court 2. If you lose on court 2, you go to court 3, etc. If you win, you move back up.
It's like a bubbling. It bubbles up.
It bubbles up. And Aaron and I, as partners, pickleball enthusiasts, set out on our grand adventure, and they said, every time you win or lose, you switch your partner.
That was jarring for me. I wasn't ready for that. There was
He
a
was shook.
there
I
was
mean,
a
you were shook.
there was a comfort in knowing that we were in it together.
And we were in it together, Aaron.
I mean, you could say
In
that
it
from the
together.
championship court
I could
as
say
I
that.
was languishing on court 4.
You were living in court 4, and
just
I was
dying.
living on championship
I mean,
3.
strutting around, high-fiving all the, excellent pickleball players. Like, yeah, we're good, aren't we? And I'm like, yeah, you're great.
All right, so we just had some recording issues. Our connection dropped, and we were talking pickleball.
Well, this is what it's like to be on location,
We are on site,
recording.
on location, recording with a laptop that is tethered now to
A
a
cell
cell
phone.
phone with about 19% battery life.
When we have high production values in years to come, we'll remember these days.
There's people have built mini studios. Have you seen them
I
in
know. There's
uh,
several people podcasting at the next level, some of which you've been on this
I
past
did
2
one. We
days.
did one. Yeah, I know.
And
Maybe next year we set up just a podcast booth and we interview people.
I think we need to do guerrilla
Podcast.
podcasting and just hijack
There's
people.
no way they would let us actually podcast. So we should
No.
guerrilla podcast.
I think Riverside strapped in a backpack, laptop and just walk up to somebody and just
I'm in to try it. Like, we can make this happen. Okay, so that's that'll be next year.
yeah,
'Cause
brainstorm later.
this year we made a splash with pickleball. We had great outfits.
So yeah, I think you
I
were
was
saying you do need to sub that in for the episode card.
Oh, yes, I will put the picture of us in our pickleball outfits as the photo for the weekly run. Maybe I'll add a little graphic to it. But it was a good time. It was fun. The partner switching, while it threw us off, and we didn't realize that the tournament was gonna kinda be friendly, although there were some very competitive players.
It's true.
Aaron and I did separate, but we met some great people along the way. We got to play with other pickleballers who did different things in different companies, and it was fun.
It was
It
fun.
was fun.
What surprised me over the next couple of days has been I'll give the conference really kudos for leading off the event with an icebreaker. I've come to appreciate how genius that is. I've had several social interactions that have really just been from pickleball and nothing else.
Yeah.
And another thing that was really great is nobody has badges on and nobody has any branded gear on. Everybody's in, well, we have branded gear on because we're idiots, but 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 everybody else was just wearing athletic gear. So I don't know if I'm talking to a vendor. I don't know if I'm talking to an operator. I don't know if I'm talking to
You're talking to anybody.
a supplier. Like I don't know. And so it's just cool to meet people in that capacity on a very level sort of playing field engagement wise, and then see them later in the show. And I find that I have less bias about
Yes.
those interactions with those people because I know them as humans now first before like, oh, you're gonna sell me, or oh, I should be intimidated by you, or oh, level, put whatever context you want in there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really great way to start. And the flip side of that, the mirror of that I thought was interesting is that so we did that. We went in with our outfits and had a ton of fun with it. Worked way better than I thought we could have ever imagined that it was going to. But then that led into the activation the next day that we chose to do. And I got a lot of things of saying like, oh, that's cool. I remember you guys from yesterday.
Yes.
And I thought that was a really interesting sort of sequence of events for the show of just how you show up for something like this.
Yeah. I think the way we showed up here as a brand, even as a brand, like I said earlier, like this small fish in this big pond, where I was surprised that people knew who we were. Then we show up at pickleball. We're socially engaging with people that, we don't know who they are, but it's fun. We're having a great time.
And it was truly a great time.
It truly was a lot of fun. And then
No injuries.
no injuries,
Like I skated, I'm still walking on all my original bones. No casting.
no injuries. It was
Very sore.
so-
Extremely sore.
yes,
but
my
but
back, my
healthy.
calves, everything hurts. Yeah, so we met great people. We made a little bit of an impression with our ridiculous outfits. And in those experiences, we got to tell people like, hey, come try our bagels tomorrow because we're doing a breakfast activation.
It was a pre-activation. Pickleball was a pre-activation to our activation.
Yes. And so we had the opportunity to
Unintentional.
totally unintentional. But we got to roll dough yesterday. You rolled some dough for the first time.
How'd I do?
You did good.
Let's just be honest.
I mean, you did better than Eric.
Oh, it's on
And
record.
Eric is on episode 3, so this is episode 16. So it's going to take him about 4 weeks to get
Excellent.
here.
So
And so-
so I should plan for like June. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
mad in
he's gonna
June
be
for
like-
no reason. We're not even gonna know
I
why.
don't even know why. It's going to be like, for real.
Listen,
I
he
think
got after it though. He
rolled a lot of dough.
he gave it gumption.
He did.
It was fun though.
You had a much more natural understanding of what to do. You
Well,
did great.
So, side note on that, and this is not what we're talking about, but just made me think. I spent a lot of time in stores. Now, I'm just observing from the software's perspective and just systems, but I think what comes into that is like, as we were doing it, a lot of it felt natural only because I've watched our bakers in other stores do it for hundreds of hours at this point
Yes.
to do my job, but there's an osmosis there. And
I
there's
think so.
like I felt comfortable and familiar, even though I had no idea what I was doing. But like you start to see, you would identify something. Oh, I've seen that,
Yes.
and I can kind of like mimic it a little bit.
Yeah. You did great. You did great. I mean, Eric did great as well. I'm just giving him a hard time because it's fun. But we rolled dough. We are scratch made every day. So whether we're
It was
at
fun to
the
see what stores do. It was fun.
JW Marriott in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I mean, we created a little store inside their banquet kitchen. It was wild.
We were getting a lot of eyes from the kitchen staff,
Look,
the chefs.
The
and,
real chefs were like,
yeah,
what are
like
these
what
guys
are you guys doing?
Yeah, they weren't sure. And then we fed them bagels this morning, and they were like, "Oh, now I get it."
Oh, were you able to give some to
Oh, yeah,
the
we gave them a whole tray this
Yes,
morning, yeah,
that's
so the
great.
whole crew downstairs in the banquet kitchen ate, and then we had probably about a tray left over at the end of the activation that we gave to the waitstaff
So
at the
good.
breakfast, and they were all super excited, but, yeah, so we essentially had our table set up of bagels right next to where
Some mini
people were coming through to get their eggs and bacon
There's a mini breakfast or a
and
mini JBR
a little mini
right on site.
JBR. Some of the bagels came out of the oven and still hot because, we were baking off premises in a new, unfamiliar kitchen, so I was not as fast as I should have been. I also did a full YouTube video
Yeah,
with another
you're
media company while we were baking, so that was
it's
kind of
pretty funny to
crazy.
watch you guys come out and the guy with the Steadicam chasing you, like, because the rest of the team was just standing by the doorway. I don't know if you saw us when you
I
came out.
didn't.
We were all standing by the doorways, and we were all like, "Where's Jeff?" Because you were running about 20 minutes late.
Yeah, yeah, I was late.
And, so we're all like, "Oh, where's Jeff? He must be whatever, something must happen." Then all of a sudden, you're rolling the speed rack out, and then the camera crew, like, the production crew is tailing
Full
you
production crew.
as you're, like, commenting over your shoulder to them as you're sort of camera like, "Oh, man, this is like Hard Knocks."
I was
You're, like,
I
mic'd
was
up.
mic'd up the whole time. I
So
mean,
great.
it was legit, like, they taped the mic to my
You
chest
had
to
a
make
what
sure
is it,
that was
um,
oh, yeah.
a little, clip mic and all that
Yeah, it
stuff?
was
That's
great.
great.
It was great. But yeah, so we did the bagel activation, and that was super fun because all these leaders that identified with the brand, saw us at Pickleball, we had a chance to chat with over the course of, the 24 hours that we'd been in Phoenix.
Yeah.
We said, "Come have a bagel." And they're like, "Where did you make these?" "Right here on site today. Scratch made just for you."
I think the whole team found themselves explaining that all like, because I had a bunch of times I heard other people, like, having that as you guys were doing the activation, and then right after, people, stopping us, reading our badge, saying, "Oh, I love the bagels this morning. Oh, thank you. What'd you have?" Have that conversation. Most people are blown away at the fact that you made those this morning. They're like, "Oh, you flew them in, or we have a local like, a location local to this area,
Yeah.
that provided them," or some other sort of I don't wanna say it's not a gimmick, but, like, just they just expect that the food's not done that way. And we're like, "No, we did like, the only way we know how. Like, we do it the way we do it in stores. It's like we woke up yesterday and we prepped stuff, and then we woke up this morning and we baked them, and then we served them to you."
Yeah.
And, like, that's you get the Jeff's experience. They all got a Jeff's experience without
100%.
going to a store. We brought the store to them, and I didn't appreciate that because I live every day in these stores, eating these bagels, having these experiences. I forget that that's a neat experience. I forget my own first time going to a
Yeah.
Jeff's and having that experience, and so it's cool to relive that through people having the first time experience. They're just going through that progression of why it's a good bagel.
You're living it with them as they're having
Yes!
it for the first
And then you
time.
remember.
And it's a little bit more intimate than in a store experience because a store experience, a person has a bagel, they eat it, and then maybe they might come back in and tell a team member, "That was so good. I love your bagels now.
Yeah.
Best bagel I ever had. Thanks." And they leave, right? But we've had the experience of spending, I don't know, what time is it now? We are 8 hours post activation,
Yep. It
and
was first thing this morning. It was 7 in the morning.
every person that had a bagel, I feel like has found us today and said,
Yes.
"Great bagel. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You know, I love your bagels. It was like first time. Like it was very cool." And so we are getting to live a little bit of their first time experience, which I think is a fun, like, I don't know, it's a fun way to introduce the brand to people.
Why, in your opinion, why is that so important? Like, we were talking about this earlier before we started recording. Why
I saw you just look over to make sure we
it's
were
like,
still recording.
"Are we still recording?" Sorry, that's a little Pavlovian. This what we're doing is not necessarily what you come here and do. And we do this in other places where we're a little non-traditional, and our marketing team is the best in the biz, in my opinion. They come up with a lot of awesome non-traditional stuff. But why do you think when building a brand and in our journey of really trying to emerge as the player that we want to be, why is doing some of these non-traditional things that are really just brand centric? Like we're not selling franchises here. That's not what this show is. Um, us us building awareness doesn't really serve us directly right now, like in this moment in this show, but there's intangibles. Why are those so important? Why do we see them as so important?
So I think a lot about the attention economy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
M I think the majority of the attention economy is spent staring into your cell phone. There's
Side
tons
commentary, but true.
there's tons of interesting stuff there. You can scroll on social media, you can get on TikTok, you can watch movies, you can watch you can do everything your whole life can be right in front of your phone if you want it to be. But that's where our attention is. And moments like today happen when we break people away from their phone and we
Okay.
create this kind of divergent attention. And when they can interact in real life with a human being, it feels different because they're so focused on their phone.
So they're having the experience.
They're
If you were to
having
summarize it.
an IRL experience.
Oh,
I mean,
I get it.
stuff just doesn't happen in real life anymore, Aaron. It's like
No, it's
this was a real life experience. Like you had a real life experience yesterday rolling that dough, and then
100%.
we boiled and baked it this morning, and then you watched people eat it. You watched the bagel that you created something and they got to eat it today,
And loved it
and they
from the
really
feedback we've gotten.
and they loved it. They
And
enjoyed
so
it.
that is a good point, actually, that I hadn't really. I was self-satisfied just in the creation yesterday, but I hadn't really thought about the fact that you're right. And I think that's just why people are drawn to sort of being a part of the brand.
We were able to come here and deliver on our 3 brand pillars of
You're
bake
right.
fresh, bring joy, build community. This just happened to be we were baking fresh offsite in a banquet kitchen at a Marriott. The joy we brought was, a fresh baked, scratch made product in a world of, you know, banquet food.
Yeah.
And the community we built was with restaurant leaders, with people who know how hard it is and know that what we just accomplished here, not only is it difficult, but it's kind of special because we brought people together around a commonality. And all 3 of those things showed up, and I think that's why it resonates. I think that's why people have been talking about it for the last 8 or 10 hours that
Yeah.
we've been floating around, and it's cool. I think that will carry. I think that carries to the next show we go to when someone's gonna come up to me and they're gonna be like, "Did you bring the bagels this time?" You know,
100%. That's
uh,
guaranteed.
it's
Like
a
you should keep
lock.
a scorecard
It's a lock.
to see how many you get at the next event. Because this business is it's a big industry, but we're all in the same industry. Like it's the same people at the same shows. Again, in a good way. It is the business, but yeah, you'll see a bunch of people that were here at the next show and the next show.
And they're gonna be like, "Where are the bagels? Where are the bagels?" It's a lock.
What as we do these things and do these different experiments and have these moments, and it's kind of fun. It's fun to come here and impress a bunch of people with something that we're proud that we do. And if again, kind of going back to my own self-satisfaction, like if JBR's self-satisfaction is that we gave everybody a really awesome bagel and turned some lovers of our brand into, future fans, hopefully, and that's it. That's all that came out of it. I think that's enough. I don't
100%.
think we need more than that.
Yeah.
Everything that stacks on that kind of feels like gravy. And so as we build the brand that way, why do we want to keep doing
I
that?
think it goes back to just the principles that we stand on. We
Like core values, you
just
mean? Like our core
like our
values.
core values. I think it just comes back to that. We talk a lot about what we do in stores. We talk a lot about how we make people feel, but when you actually get to do it, it it hits different. It just hits different. And so being able to connect with someone you don't know over a bagel that they'd never had and tell a story about like, oh, Danielle gets to tell the story because I didn't go to school in Oceanside or on Long Island, but like the number of people that she's met that are like, we went to the same elementary school together because they're sharing a bagel. Like it's a great common
Yeah.
space to share. These events in particular, being that almost everyone here works directly in a hospitality capacity, yeah, man, it's so much nicer. There's a kindness.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
I'll hold the door for you.
there's an empathy too.
There's an
Like we're
empathy.
all working in the same. You almost got attacked by that bird.
That bird almost killed me, and I think we caught it on camera.
That's
That was
fantastic.
wild. But yes, there's an empathy for the thing that we're doing.
Yeah, because we're
And
all in the same proverbial boat
yeah,
of serving customers well.
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
all of us are trying to meet those end goals.
I've been really focused. I think we as an organization are really focused on meeting customers where they're at, whether it's with our technology, if it's our franchisees, how we reach them, if it's our prospective franchisees, how we're connecting and helping them understand what our business looks like, if it's our team, like meeting people where they are in this environment. It's really important. Being kind, hospitable, making sure they feel seen and appreciated. Those values, I think they just kind of pull through all the minutia of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
All that said, it's been a great show. I feel really
We
good.
still have a whole
And
nother
we got a
day.
whole nother day.
We got a
Tomorrow's gonna be
fun event
great.
tonight.
Tonight we're getting to go to a cooking class hosted by our friends at Kraft Heinz. Like, this is
Which
the craziest thing that I think I've ever experienced. I mean, why am I going to a cooking class by the people at Kraft?
I mean,
And I just hope it's not, like, just all mayonnaise and, like,
yeah,
'cause
listen, I'm a mayonnaise fan, so I'm not like I could make that work.
I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. Their executive
We
chefs
just need
are
some French fries, and
fantastic. So,
we'll go Canadian the whole way.
dude, if we do some poutine,
That's what I'm saying.
gosh, it'd be
Mayonnaise
so
and some
good.
poutine, and
Let's go. Let's
it's
go.
what thinking to. Would you come back next year?
Oh, yeah,
Well, we've
I mean,
talked
it's a
about this, but
I think
like,
we're coming back next year for sure. I think this is a great event for all the things we've already talked about, but, we haven't talked about how great it's been to just connect as a team in a space where we're not always talking about work, we're not always thinking about solving the next problem. It's been nice to be able to build a little bit of that camaraderie amongst our leadership team.
I find myself when we come to these sort of things, and as a team, it elevates our own conversation for a couple of days. When you come here and you see other people that are at further along stages of the business, it's inspirational. You see things that they've solved or challenges that they've had, wins and successes they've had, and you're like, "Oh, I'm excited about that." In some cases, maybe you see something, and you're like, "Wait, what? We're already there." And
Yeah.
you're bolstered by the fact of like, "Oh man, this is further along than I thought." So the whole gamut, but it makes you start thinking in broader strokes about the business and where we're going and what we're doing and getting inspired and excited about what we're going to achieve.
It's so easy for you to just get stuck in your, like, rut, and
Yeah.
this is a nice
Just to remind you there's a bigger picture.
100%.
Pick your head up,
Yeah.
survey the scene, feel good about your wins, get focused on what we're striving to, and then feel a little renewed to go back the next day and then get back into the guts of it and the
Yeah, yeah.
details. But
I'm gonna miss it.
it's too
To be
short.
honest, I'm gonna
It
miss
was
it.
too short.
I know.
It was
I'm
too
gonna
short.
petition for them to make it longer.
It's just the show. I mean, I feel like we have that clout now. I mean, we've had him bagels. I feel like you should be able to request an extra day.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
seems like a reasonable thing.
I mean, like, they add a day, I'll bring more bagels.
This is a trade that would work for me. If I were in charge of this event, I would take that deal. Maybe that's probably why I'm not in charge of this event. I don't know if this financially that's the deal to be made, but I would make that deal. I would cut that
I'll
deal.
see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
Listen,
I'll see what I can do.
every year is a little bit more pull, and
A little bit.
maybe we can get that extra day.
I don't know if they'll ever listen to this, but a special thanks to the JW Marriott Desert Ridge culinary staff.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing
Executive chef
hosts.
Brian and his team, banquet chef, I don't know, lead or whatever. Justin was awesome. His whole crew
Oh,
on
they're
the
fantastic.
afternoon team, fantastic.
They
So
hosted us, and we were in the way the entire time, and
the
they
entire
never
time.
once made us feel like it.
No.
They were gracious, and while preparing to serve the 600 people of us plus that are in this event, they worked around us.
Yeah, I mean,
While we made 300 bagels,
We
like
made-
paled in comparison to what they were doing.
we made about 300 bagels that we were going to cut in half to give away as samples to the same 650 people that they created
A full dinner.
a full breakfast, a full lunch, a full dinner for
Yeah.
all day long. So yeah, they were
was
the
fun.
best. It was great. It was
Good
really
group.
good to be in there and see their team in action. But yeah, special thanks to them and kudos to you and to Eric and to Todd for
Hey.
getting in there, making cream cheese, rolling bagels, boiling bacon. It was fun.
Listen, I have an aspirational goal now to see if I can do the two-handed roll and flip. That
The
thing,
hand rolling's got to cut. Yeah,
that
was
is that's a vibe, that move. And so now I have a new stretch goal for myself. I need to get there.
All right.
If I can go into O-Town and break out the two-handed hand roll
hand
and flip, street cred for a lifetime with those guys.
You're gonna
I need it. I don't have it yet. I really don't. They don't think I can do anything. So I'm going to practice at home. My wife's going to be like, why do we have all this old dough in the house?
What is going on, Aaron?
It's like, I need this.
Why did you
I
bring
need
home this 40-pound bag of dough? What is happening? It smells like
Yes.
bagels in here. What's in the bag? That would be so funny. You're like, I gotta practice. You're like, take it to the garage.
3 months of me on a folding table, rolling dough.
Oh my gosh, I can see that. It's so funny.
I mean, don't put it past me, man. I'll do it.
Oh, that's the perfect spot to stop. Bake fresh, enjoy, build community. We'll talk to you next week.
Yo, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Just Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Just Bagel Run.